Colin Kaepernick, whose 15 touchdown passes, Rondé, all have come from outside the pocket this year. He has not run the ball well recently himself. In the first few games of the season, he was successful moving on the ground.
Well, they've clearly changed the emphasis of this offense, trying to keep him in the pocket earlier in the season. To mixed results, really. And last week, he had one of his most miserable performances. He'll have to improve on that mightily today. It's going to be a rough environment. We'll see if he gets it done.
On first down, Kaepernick with time, running, pointing, and throwing. And it's intercepted. Brandon Ross on a floated pass. The Raiders with a takeaway.
This Raiders defense, only its 9th turnover on the season and on the first play of the game. Now, Colin Kaepernick, you see him. Play is set up to get out of his hands quickly. He had his fullback in the flat there, but he's always been an improviser and trying to get this ball downfield. Ill-advised, turnover on the first play of the game. And if you're the Oakland Raiders, that's exactly the start that you wanted.
Both of these teams coming off embarrassing losses. And remember, the Raiders that shut out at St. Louis said they were shell-shocked. For Kaepernick, only his 9th interception this year. But the Raiders start on offense at their own 49.
What's it?
Darren McFadden straight ahead and goes nowhere. Derek Carr completing 59% of his passes with 14 touchdown tosses. He leads all rookie quarterbacks in the NFL in that department this season.
And you and I agree, Chris, that this kid is a professional already. You listen to him talk in his meeting, his manner in which he approaches his job. It's exactly what the Raiders need.
Latavius Murray is active. We expect to see a lot of him today in the backfield as well as Carr looks and is on the run. And the rookie is in 49er territory and reaches near a first down. San Francisco still has a top-level defense despite a number of injuries throughout the season. Justin Smith, the savvy veteran, playing well up front. Chris Borland, the defensive player of the month with 70 tackles and 2 interceptions.
Great rookie player. Unexpectedly having to step in and has been a surprise for this San Francisco defense so far this season.
Murray remains in the game at a running back. They'd like to get him 15 to 18 touches. Carr scrambling and flips the pass, completes to Murray. And a group of 49ers. Here comes a flag late. It looked like the whistle had blown, and there was still some shoving going on. You got the impression that this rivalry is more important to the Raiders than the 49ers.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Offense number 77. 15-yard penalty, down count. It'll be third down.
Well, if you want to fire up the rivalry juices early in the game, watch Howard here come in late. Really unnecessary, but
a 57-yard field goal try for Sebastian Janikowski. He has the leg. He drives the ball. And the Raiders lead. An early interception by the Raider defense of Colin Kaepernick sets up the Raiders at a 57-yard field goal from Sebastian Janikowski, who is now 13 out of 15 this year. That is his season long. Prior to that, it was 53 yards. And Kaepernick running to his left. He'll lose yards. Seal Moore from his linebacker outside rush spot.
Seal Moore is a stacked linebacker. You see him right here in the middle of your screen. Just watch his reaction. Nobody comes up to the second level. His design run all the way, and they go after. He's talking about slow starts. Interception on the first play and a pass. Tried design run for Colin Kaepernick. Second play and a big loss. Raiders came to play.
Kaepernick rushed for more than 50 yards in 3 of the first 4 games, but he hasn't been near that mark since over the last 8 games. And a loss of 7 on that play. The give is to Gore with a big hole, and Frank Gore gets a lot of that yardage back. And that's really the San Francisco offense when it's working well, although he's averaging a career low 3.9 a carry.
They got to get the ball back to Frank Gore. He is the best power runner I've ever seen. They've kind of gotten away from it. Him and Carlos Hyde will get their chances today up front. These big guards, Mike Iupati and Alex Boone, need to have big days inside. See if that run game can get itself established today.
Jonathan Martin continues to start for Anthony Davis. Iupati, the left guard. Staley, the left tackle. Six defensive backs. Here comes a flag right away. Kaepernick gets rid of it. The whistle blew.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Terry McCauley, our referee, former NSA computer employee, so he's watching everything closely. This backs up Harbaugh's team to the 15 on third down.
Raiders defense there trying to muddy up the look. Give them a bunch of different formations to look at, see if they can confuse them. It took them a little bit too long to discern what they were doing. You got the delay of game.
Kaepernick underneath to Crabtree. Crabtree, can he get the first down? Yes. Caught it 7 yards short, but made the run. And Michael Crabtree, with his 52nd catch of the season, gets Kaepernick out of a hole. He's running out of the pocket, and he's going down at the 30. The Raider defense, Benson Mayowa, brings down Colin Kaepernick, and it's fourth down for the 49ers.
Well, he's got to see this pressure coming in on him. There was actually a really nice game on the left side of the defensive line there by Oakland. Doesn't get rid of the ball quickly and takes a sack. Slow start, Chris, for this 49ers offense, and it's reminiscent somewhat of last week.
Picking up where they left off against Seattle on Thanksgiving. They were anxious to get going. Andy Lee booms this out of here. TJ Carey backing up to the 9-yard line of Oakland. And brought down just short of the 20. A geographical rivalry that goes back in the Bay Area. Raiders with the early lead. We welcome you back to the Coliseum in Oakland. It's the NFL's oldest current venue. And the Raider fans excited early with a 3-0 lead. Latavius Murray stepping in after McFadden started at running back.
180! What's it?
He gets the carry and gets across the 20-yard line. For the 49ers, their season opened at Dallas. They lost at home to Chicago. They've actually, the 49ers, been a better road team, although this not much of a road game into the area.
But they're going to find a way to replace him. He's the guy. He had an outstanding career at Ohio State, as you know, Chris.
That was Bolden's first of the year in terms of running the football. On a big third down here. Bolden is in the backfield with Kaepernick and Gore. And he's throwing to Bolden, who's got a first down inside the 10. Charles Woodson, the veteran back there, and as you quickly pointed out from your defensive back days, when they ran to Bolden, they were setting up something.
Well, this was a different formation. Really set up a triple option type look when you have quarterback in a shotgun. They use it just as play action, get a guy into the flat quickly. It was a nice play. Offensive coordinator Greg Roman, obviously under some fire here in the Bay Area from various people. Getting real creative today.
A sharp-looking drive by Kaepernick in this 49er offense. Kaepernick throws, completes. That's Bruce Miller, who is in for the 49ers. But a much-needed touchdown. Kaepernick to Miller, and the 49ers snap out of an early first quarter slump and lead.
180! What's it?
On 1st and 15, Murray knocked down.
Well, it's because he's overly cautious. You know, he's got a good relationship with his brother. Well, here's the rivalry.
Okay.
Saw the personal foul earlier. No love lost.
Now 3rd and goal And Dante Johnson, the rookie, is in at one corner with Parrish Cox the other.
180! What's it?
Carr throws low, but in the end zone. Matt McCants make that Donald Penn, the extra lineman, with a touchdown catch.
Donald Penn starting left tackle for the Oakland Raiders, and I said they were #1 in the red zone. Well, if you got 290 or 300-pound offensive tackles catching balls, you know you've got some creativity down there.
They've been using an extra lineman this entire drive. This in tackle-eligible play.
You see Donald Penn right there, and I happen to play with Donald Penn in Tampa for a number of years. I think this might be his 3rd or 4th touchdown.
And the extra point by Janikowski gives the Raiders a 3-point lead. Donald Penn, longtime Buccaneer, left tackle, goes down and gets it. And all 335 pounds into the end zone and more. Colin Kaepernick with a touchdown pass to Bruce Miller. David Carr with a touchdown pass to Donald Penn, his left tackle. And a field goal by Janikowski. That's the ball game.
Some of those Raiders pictures don't look very cheerful, Chris.
They're backed up. Well, the 49ers offense backed up in the black hole. They try to make it as uncomfortable as they can for the visiting team, even if you're a neighbor in the Bay Area. Frank Gore. Awkward looking snap exchange there, but Gore goes forward. It's only the 5th carry today for Frank Gore, but he is averaging 6 yards a touch here on the ground.
In these backed up situations, you got to expect, give some power plays, some power run game to Frank Gore. Safe. Colin Kaepernick hasn't been completely on in the passing game today. This pistol formation used to be big popular formation for him, but as he goes back under center, we'll see what play comes up here.
Kaepernick from his goal line gets away and then goes down at the 5. The swarm of Raiders eventually. Antonio Smith. Seal Moore put the pressure on. And we have a Raider still down on the field.
Seal Moore comes through the block there, Marcus Martin. And then Smith just hustling to the ball, gets a cleanup sack.
Nailed it. Phil Dawson right down the middle. With 1 second remaining. And the subplot to this story, of course, 2 teams that their head coaches may be on the move after this season. Something we will address in the second half with Jim Harbaugh, who has a year to go on his contract in San Francisco. And of course, Tony Sparano stepping in as the head coach when Dennis Allen was let go. A dribbler to midfield that will bring an end to the first half of the 13th regular season meeting between these Bay Area rivals. The Raiders will get the ball to start the second half, tied with the 49ers at 10. Let's head to Los Angeles to the Visa halftime report. Phil Dawson is 2 for 2 today, and the Raider defense digs in. And a little bit of the neighborly conversation continues. San Francisco, Oakland head to head.
In this field, Chris, did you go out and hack some balls around there?
That's about.
But he's just from the cleats.
No, that's just from the stars of this game working the field here.
Talked about the field being an issue. Seen some slips today. Hadn't been that much of a factor though.
T.J. Carey up across the 20. It's been a little testy here, but see, people really can get along no matter which side of the bay or field you're on. Raiders starting out at the 20 with Darren McFadden, the running back, who gets the carry. And the 49ers are ready for him. Subject of many rumors about where he'll be coaching next. Remember, he was the Raiders coach back here in 2002 and 3. His first job as an NFL assistant. A year to go on his contract in San Francisco, and some saying the Raiders may be interested. They're going to have a head coaching opening vacancy here. On 2nd and 7. Pass is caught by Andre Hall.
That was really nicely done by Derek Carr. I'm lauding him a lot today because unlike in games past, he's been getting rid of this ball in the flat. But watch him go through his progressions here, Chris. Watch left, through the middle, nothing there. Go all the way to his 3rd, maybe 4th read on the sideline there and deliver a nice ball to his wide receiver. And that's some maturity. You're seeing him grow up before your eyes. If you're an Oakland Raiders fan, definitely something to be excited about here.
12 out of 17, 118 yards, and a touchdown for Carr today. First down in 49er territory.
Now, we've said it, talked about his maturity when we met him in our meeting, but even watching him on the field right now, he doesn't look much like a rookie, Chris. He's controlling this offense and the tempo exactly as you'd want a young quarterback to do, and they got to be happy with him.
He needs a yard. Pass is caught. That's Marcel Reese. Raider touchdown.
And Marcel Reese he was the workhorse on that drive, had 5 catches on it. And San Francisco doesn't pressure a lot. You see him sitting there in the back, but when you do pressure, one thing it does is gives a quarterback an immediate throw, and Derek Carr found the right receiver on that all-out blitz and gashed him for a touchdown.
Seal more of that Raider defense working the crowd here after the Raiders took the lead. Frank Gore on first down from the 30 with Kaepernick throwing short for Bolden. There are so many different things going on here. The fans want the Raiders to stay in Oakland. The lease expires. They could move to Los Angeles. Some fans want Jim Harbaugh to come from San Francisco and come to coach the Raiders after this year. Some fans want John Gruden
Yeah,
back.
you're being nice. We stirred it. Why don't you just open it up, man? Just say who everybody available, come coach the Oakland Raiders.
Your former coach, John Gruden, would he come back if Mark Davis, the owner, says, you're my guy?
I won't say no to that.
Gore, it'll be 3rd and long.
There's a palpable energy in this stadium right now, Chris. And I don't think it was just C.O. Moore dancing in the stands or dancing with the crowd before this, during that timeout.
And Oakland facing a 3rd and 8, leading by 4 to start the 4th quarter. Derek Carr gets rid of it. Wide open is Rivera. He's going to get inside the 49er 30-yard line. And Carr hung in the pocket to deliver that throw to his tight end.
I'm glad you said it, because I'm kind of getting sick of saying it. He's impressing us all, and this underneath defense of the San Francisco 49ers, when they bring pressure, you see Michael Rivera run right by Borland. Will Hoyt is up in the flat on the other side.
180! What's it?
Rivera down inside the 6.
I don't know if I'd want to play receiver for the Raiders right now. It's the Marcel Reese, Michael Rivera show going on. All this underneath passing for Derek Carr is there for him, and he's delivering some good balls.
On 3rd down, Carr throws, and he has touchdown number 3 today. Michael Rivera got him down there and got him in.
I would say the Derek Carr-Michael Rivera matchup is a marriage that you would love to watch for a long time here in Oakland.
And Rivera, California guy from Valencia, second-year player from Tennessee, drafted in the 6th round. They said, well, he doesn't block really well, but he can catch a whole lot.
There were some worries that he was getting too many snaps because of some of the injuries at tight end.
You just want to make sure that scoring plays must be confirmed. Ruled a touchdown on the field. Catch made, foot down, controls the ball. He'll take a closer look, but touchdown Raiders on the field.
We looked at this, there's no question. Man-to-man, I love that they singled him up out there.
And again, picking on Leon McFadden, who's in for Culliver, who got hurt. Already missing Brock. But Derek Carr, 11 completions in a row, then an incompletion, then this. 3 for 3 on the red zone. 3 touchdowns for the Raiders. And 31 at St. Louis, but they haven't been putting up a lot of points.
Definitely not in the last 3 weeks.
Kaepernick incomplete. What a hit on Stevie Johnson. Brandon Ross, who had the early interception.
Well, this was a heck of a collision, but tell you what, all you kids out there, people that love football, this is the way the NFL wants you to hit receivers. He is defenseless, but he doesn't hit him in a defenseless posture. You see him put his chest on him right there, leaves the head out of it and back. It was a nice break up there by the safety.
Kaepernick goes down. Antonio Smith. Here comes the field goal unit. He missed it. No good to the left.
Looking more and more, Chris, like David Carr, the Oakland Raiders are going to come away with a victory in this rivalry. They need a drive now. That missed field goal. Wow.
Part of this rivalry, Bill Walsh, back in 1979, his first season as the 49er head coach, and Kenny Stabler, the Snake, with a couple of touchdown passes. Branch and Mark Van Egan. The Raiders won that one 23-10. This is the 13th meeting overall in the regular season. Of course, they stopped playing in the preseason back in 2011. Carlos Hyde is the running back. Kaepernick goes down again. Khalil Mack again.
Then the story of the day, Chris, they've been giving Colin Kaepernick fits. This defense started out quick with the turnover. The second play of the game, C.O. Moore through the line of scrimmage for a tackle for loss. It's been that way all day. They've put pressure on him here lately. He's taken some sacks.
Fourth sack of the game for this Raider defense. Kaepernick on the run, being chased. Throws incomplete for Crabtree. Joe Looney has had to come in to play center for Marcus Martin. And now 3rd and 15.
Well, you got to figure 2:43, Chris. They're in 4-down territory here. I mean, you can't afford to punt the ball away here. So this is an enormous 3rd down play for Colin Kaepernick in this offense. And the problem he's had in crucial situations, when the pressure's on, he will not deliver the football. He holds on to it, makes bad decisions. Let's see if he can make a good one here for San Francisco and get them a manageable 4th down.
It's intercepted. Charles Woodson, the 17-year veteran who will head to the Hall of Fame once he does hang it up, may have just sealed the fate of the 49ers. Maybe not in this game, but maybe even for this season.
I'd love to give Charles a lot of credit for this, but this ball hit him right in the chest. This is not a good throw. See Colin Kaepernick deliver this ball, trying to force it to Vernon Davis. It doesn't even look like it would have gotten there had Charles not intercepted it. You got to give credit, though, to number 24. He is, in my opinion, we had this discussion yesterday, one of the best, if not the best, cornerback in the history of the NFL defensive backs. His versatility, he's always coming up with big plays, and he comes up with a huge one right there for the Oakland Raiders.
And that's high praise coming from you. You have Hall of Fame numbers when your time is up, and they will review a turnover. All turnovers ruled an interception on the field must be confirmed, but that's a good souvenir for some loyal Raider fan. Justin Tuck in the silver and black enjoying this.
20 sacks. Not many guys have done that. I only had 48. He's got 20 sacks now. This guy is unbelievable, man.
And he was one of the veterans with Justin Tuck. You mentioned the rookie Derek Carr, by position quarterback, the leader, taking young players, saying this is our team no matter what happens the rest of this year. But Charles Woodson and Justin Tuck said we're not that team that got embarrassed in St. Louis. So whether we're young or old, whatever our record, when the rivals come to town, we're going to play good football, and they did today.
Well, they've had a chance in a bunch of games to beat anybody. They haven't had the consistency, of course.
And now Mark Davis, we have a timeout called by the 49ers, the owner of this team. Of course, the decision of getting a new stadium here or the move to Los Angeles, and the lease is up after this season. Who will be the next head coach? And there he is before the game. You saw him saying hi to Jim Harbaugh, who we have the impression will not be back in San Francisco. John Gruden, we know, is on his list. And that's the kind of day it has been for Colin Kaepernick and the 49ers. And that's the way it's looked for the Raiders. The loss put in the books here for the 49ers. Seattle winning, so we've yet to tabulate their ninth victory. The future of Jim Harbaugh, not in his mind maybe right now, but in the minds of many, up in the air after this year in San Francisco. An impressive performance from Derek Carr and the Raiders. Oakland in the Battle of the Bay with a 24-13 victory over the 49ers, their second win of the season. We'll have more from the Bay Area. You're watching the NFL on Fox.